Howdy friends, and welcome to The Average J. Here we are on Thanksgiving Day 2020. There's times I didn't think we'd make it here. So the bet's still off for Christmas. We don't know about that. But we made it to Thanksgiving. So I was just going to go through a little video on making dinner. It's just going to be the four of us, me, Michelle, Brittany, and Alex. You know, with COVID, COVID has taken so much away from us. Well, I shouldn't necessarily say COVID. Our governor did a pretty good job of that, you know, on the limits of people that you can have together. But it's done for the reason of COVID, or so they say. But I'm not one to really buck the system, so we're going to have our own little Thanksgiving. We're still going to go all out. We're going to have all the normal things that you would have on Thanksgiving from beginning to end, including eating off of the goofy Thanksgiving plates and putting a Thanksgiving tablecloth on. Come along for the journey as we cook the Thanksgiving dinner. So we have our frozen turkey, frozen young turkey that came from ShopRite. Yes, this was a free turkey for spending however much money it was. So you can see that it is a, if I can focus here, 12.62 pounds. 12.62 pound turkey. So it's not too big, kind of a little one. And taking a look at this on the cooking instructions, it is saying that we need to cook it for 8 to 12 unstuffed, 3 to 4 hours. Last night I defrosted it in a bucket of cold water. I did that for several hours yesterday and then put it in the fridge overnight. Okay, so the wrapper is off of it and we have the turkey out. We're just going to rinse it out real good. Rinsing out that inside, and we're going to pull out that neck. Nobody in this house eats the turkey neck, so we are good to take that out. On the other side, we have the giblet packet that has the giblet, the heart. So we don't eat that either. That's another thing that's going to get tossed away. Pulling off any residual feather pieces. Get this thing all nice and cleaned up. We're going to make it zestfully clean.
Zestfully, zestfully, zestfully clean. You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean.
Alright, once the turkey is all cleaned up, we're going to get all that water, or as much of it as you can, out. And I'm just putting it on paper towels, and I'm just patting them dry. That's all I'm doing. So what we're going to do is take it and put it into our roasting pan. We're going to put it breast up into the roasting pan. Okay, for the next part, I always put on the latex gloves because I'm going to be using butter, and if you don't put the gloves on, butter's going to get all over your hands. All I'm doing is taking about 2 tablespoons of salted butter, okay? And I am just, it's like putting lotion on somebody who is down at the beach. All I'm doing is rubbing it on. I'm getting a thin coat on there. Now, you might say, why put it on so early? Isn't the turkey going to get too dark? Well, I've been doing this forever, and I've never had a turkey get too dark, so I guess it's working okay. Once that's done, I'm going to take the other tablespoon that I had cut, and that is going on the inside of the bird. And you can pretty much just put it in as a chunk, but I kind of like to break it around and spread it. That way that butter melts and gets all into there. And that's all that part takes. After you have the turkey buttered, all you're doing is a little bit of salt and a little pepper. And I really don't put a whole lot of the salt and pepper on there. Hopefully the taste of the bird will be good on its own. So with just a little salt, a little pepper. Then I take just the tiniest bit of celery seed, put a little of that on there. And the last thing we're going to use is the poultry seasoning. Again, not using an excessive amount. The last thing I'm doing for the turkey is I'm taking these two little pins and I'm going to use those to hold up the wings. Otherwise the wings are going to just fall onto their own open. We don't want that to do it, so we're just going to pin them up. And it's real easy. It's literally just pushing in push pins. Once you're done, you're going to take your foil and just roll it up on it. You're not going to make it excessively tight. I'm just loosely laying it over, and then I'm taking the lid of the pan itself and popping that on there. Alright, and the last thing we're going to do is we're going to pop that bad boy in the oven. I put the rack on the lowest rack possible, and the temperature is at 325 degrees. So we're just going to take that turkey, pop down to 325. Now that the turkey's in, I'm just going to kind of relax for a little bit. I took care of some of the things yesterday. I made 2 different stuffings, a regular herb stuffing and a cornbread stuffing, and I made both of those yesterday and they're prepped. All I need to do is throw them in the oven 40 minutes before we're ready to eat. I also made mac and cheese, but I made that this morning, put that in the refrigerator so that it would set up, and for dessert they're just frozen cream puffs and eclairs, and I put them in the fridge to defrost. So I really can't do anything until about an hour and a half before time to eat. It is 11 o'clock a.m. right now and we're eating at 3:30. Best part of cooking the Thanksgiving dinner is being able to have a beverage while you're cooking. One of the things we like to do for Thanksgiving, you always got to have a bread product. A lot of people like to do rolls, Pillsbury rolls, some kind of rolls from a bakery. In this house, it's homemade bread. So my son Alex was kind enough last night to make a loaf of Kolak bread. I cut off the end so that you could see what the inside looks like. This is a Romanian holiday bread. Kolak is a sweeter bread. It doesn't have a whole lot of sugar in it, but when you taste it, you can definitely taste the sugar. It's a hearty bread, and it has a great yeast bakery smell to it. So all I'm going to do is go ahead and start cutting it up so that we can have it for dinner. And the one thing about Kolak is it is a big loaf, so your slices are kind of large. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to wind up cutting it down the center because it is such a large loaf of bread, and this way we can get normal slices, and the slices are about 3/4 of an inch to an inch thick. That way you can put them into a toaster. Alright, time to cut potatoes. Last potato. The counter is an absolute mess right now because I have everything out to make everything else, all the side dishes, but it is time to take the turkey out. I tested it about 20 minutes ago when we were at the right temperature, so I'm going to let the turkey out of the oven. What I did was for the last half hour, left it uncovered so it could brown. And now I'm going to take it out and let it rest. Yay us.
Hey you. Yum, yummy, yum.
So it is time to cut the turkey. And looking at it, I think it turned out okay. I'm just hoping that we don't have like in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation when they cut into their turkey. Let's give it a try and see how it turns out. Okay, so now I see it's like the Bumpus's dogs in A Christmas Story. Artie smelled the turkey, and he jumped right up there. Artie, no, you want a little piece? You want a little piece of turkey? Look, here you go. Woo-hoo-hoo! Turkey for Artie on Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving is officially over, and I said that Michelle did all the dishes, and here she is. She's done a ton of cleaning, and she did. What was that?
Showing all the dishes.
Oh, okay. And she did all the vacuuming, and she noticed it was hard to vacuum. Why wasn't it sucking up?
Because the bag was full of dog hair.
So when the bag is full of dog hair, you got to change out the bag, or it's not going to suck up a thing. So Michelle was also a little busy doing something else. Now that the Thanksgiving season is over, oh, there's Arthas. Now that the Thanksgiving season is over, Michelle has felt it compelled to. Oh, there's Brittany. Hi, Brittany.
Hello.
Say hi.
Hello.
So Michelle felt compelled to put up the Christmas tree.
Artie.
Yeah, this is going to be trouble. Michelle went ahead and got the tree up this year. She's going with that whole buffalo check theme. And I guess because this year was so different, we decided to go with a different theme. See, we have Mickey and Minnie on the top, and yes, we have a spinning tree. Although the spinning tree isn't really as necessary this year because we don't have like all the good ornaments on it. When you have multiple animals, like the dog and 2 cats, you can't put anything good. So a lot of the ornaments on there are Dollar Tree. So since we have like the Christmas spirit going, I was going to think about reading Night Before Christmas, but I decided that probably wasn't appropriate for 2020 because it's been such a strange year. So what I did was I, in fact, wrote my own version, but more Thanksgiving related. It was Thanksgiving Day, and all through the house, we had less than 10 people, as the governor said, get out. The face masks were hung on our faces with care, in case the coronavirus was here in the air. The children were nestled playing games to the end, as Fortnite and Warcraft were their new normal friends. And me and my old sweats, my wife and her shawl, realized showering weekly is not normal at all. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I called 911 and hoped we would reach a dispatcher. You see, money for cops was cut in some places, while protesters looted with masks covering their faces. I looked out, and what to my wondering eyes did appear but a doctor named Fauci, and his instructions were clear. Wear masks and wash hands. Stay 6 feet, my dear. No hugging, no handshakes, and no singing in here. More rapid closures by governors, he advised, and he called them by name to ensure they complied. On Murphy, on Wolf, on Inslee and Cuomo, your states will all close, and reopening is a no-no. Down the chimney came Fauci with an N95 mask. He started to lecture about each can't-do task. And when he was finished, he made sure that we know non-compliance was criminal, and to jail we would go. I heard him exclaim as he crushed all our hopes, "You think Thanksgiving was bad? Wait till Christmas, you dopes." Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit subscribe. Have a great night.